right. Hello. Welcome to my Everyday Agenda podcast. That could be a video podcast to you, you know what I'm saying. Anyways, glad you're with us on this Everyday Agenda thing because we're getting ready to recap of the year 2023. It's over. It's done. So getting started with my Everyday Agenda podcast. And why? Because it's pays to be nice to people or whatever happens. This one because we done all we can for the year 2023 from you guessed it half of season number one. Now season number two is just about to start, whatever it is. So we getting ready to recap this on this 2023 with you guessed it me working at the VA downstairs ACC building. So it's Soul Food Sunday at Resurrection. So it's OTAK fundraising. And what about Palm Sunday all the way up to Easter Sunday at my church, Resurrection? And so it's Queen's Memorial and Trinity Lutheran. And I think it's so smart about my wedding day, Amy and Simeon's wedding day. And volunteer appreciation luncheon at Bellevue University, artist collaborative galleries, you guessed it, artist reception, and lots more to cover it up. So that's all I can. And here's an update for you. So I'm gonna, but don't I'll be back in let's see, January 27th. 2024, and brand new episode of Everyday Agenda returns on January 27th. So it's all good. Well, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. So who knows, can be civilized. But anyways, while I just get started, shall we? You might think you're so smart about this one. Well, I guess. You have any ideas? Well, who knows? Who knows about this one? So you just have to trust me about that. Anyways, let's get started with my Everyday Agenda podcast. So you want to chat or anything else? Give me some likes. There's a chat box for you. So who knows? Make sense? Hope you do. So you will listen and you will learn about this one. So anyone else can be civilized. So I think that take a look at my boombox because it doesn't play at all. So who knows? Can be civilized about this one. So who knows? Anyways, I think we should get started, shall we? So who knows? Can be civilized about this one. So keep this in mind as far as we're concerned. So who knows? Anyways, I hope you're ready. I can too. So here we go, and let's get started with my Everyday Agenda podcast. So I am ready. All right, let's do it. All right, here we go. Here it is. Yes, here it is. Find the theme music. So patience. We know what we're doing. Here we go. Here we go. Everyday Agenda podcast is a presentation of Angel Song Productions. Okay, you know what time it is. You know what I'm saying. It's going to be all new Everyday Agenda. As we say goodbye to the year 2003, we're going to take a look at some highlights that we just did for, you guessed it, season number one. And so it's season number two. You know what I'm talking about. I hope you're ready. We get into Arrested Development. Let's do it! Oh, God. We have a wonderful show here today as well. And you know why? Because we say goodbye to the year 2023. And why? Because it has something to do with the events that I did. So trust me. Like the time that Super Bowl 57 has a huge highlight about this one. But what about Valentine's Day? Well, you guessed it. But what about me working inside the ACC building at the VA hospital? And you couldn't even ask for more about this one, so I'll explain that as well. But what about let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. Soul Food Sunday at my church, Resurrection, and so it's OTALK fundraising at the Omaha Design Center. We'll take care of that as well. And you might think it's so smart about Palm Sunday, all the way up to Easter Sunday, that I sang with my church choirs at COR. Yeah, Resurrection, Christmas Memorial, and Trinity Lutheran. Well, who knows? And I did a solo with Jeannie with for Amy and Simeon's wedding day. And wow, we have a wonderful time back in April 2023. So I'll do that as well. Volunteer Appreciation Luncheon Awards at Bellevue University. See, I was overslept. And I no time at all. Chuck, we have from DAV at the VA hospital drove me over to Bellevue University, and oh boy, it was wonderful. I won't, oh, and I made it. You know, about back in May. So I'll explain that. Artist Cooperative Gallery has their artist reception inside the old market. We'll find out what it is. And what about this old fashioned church picnic at Christmas Memorial with a new pastor? And you know this one for Omaha Symphonic Chorus for this fall concert at First United Methodist Church at 70th and Cass. Could be an old fashioned thing in October. Well, who knows? Give us a rest. We'll find out what it is. What about Do Space 8th anniversary party? And so is that podcast studio and all that stuff at Milton Abrams Library Branch at 94th Street. And what about me and my dad went to Applebee's with my good buddy Ray Bass for this volunteers, Veterans Day luncheon thing. So who knows? And what about Christmas with OSC? Celebration Light Choir has a 50th anniversary thing, and so it's Wednesday night choir time, and all the above things that we all learn about it. Well, this month until it's over with. Well, I have no clue whatsoever. We'll find out what it is. So I think we all learn about this one because the year 2023 is finally over. It's done for now. Trust me. You know what I'm saying. So 2024 is almost there, so who knows? But I have no clue whatsoever. Anyways, I think we should get started with my everyday agenda. And you know I'm talking about this in the year of 2023. It's finally, over. Who knows? Because everyday agenda New Year's special is up for grabs just for right now. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's get started with you guessed it, the year 2023, and you know what that means. Everyday agenda New Year's podcast special. It's up for grabs starting right now. You might think it's so smart about the VA, ACC, and all that in February 2023. You won't believe my eyes. Okay, so in February of in the year 2023, you might think it's so smart about Super Bowl 57. And I don't know who won the highlights of this. You know who that's right. Super Bowl 57. So what about this year's 50 Super Bowl 58 as far as we're concerned about this one in 2024? Well, I guess you have to all know by now about that as well. Trust me. And what about that? You guessed it, Valentine's Day. People knows about Valentine's Day, about Cupid and all that. Well, in February. Well, you know what I'm talking about. This is gonna be very important to everyone for Valentine's Day. So about I'll tell you one thing is Valentine's Day and Ash Wednesday are crashing in 2024 in February. So I have no clue, whatever. But me working at the VA hospital, ACC, and why? Why? Because Jennifer wants me to do this as a volunteer ambassador. Now, here's the thing back in February 2023. Because this is why I'm trying to change positions to a volunteer housekeeper working upstairs in the kitchen. And I have no clue whatsoever. So who knows? Whatsoever. So they made me switch to the kitchen inside the old hospital, third floor, to this one, a new building, ACC. Yeah, that's right, Veterans Hospital, ACC. And I'm supposed to be working with Tommy, and so is Mike with his imaginary mind, and so is Dave. Dave. What about Roxanne? Yeah, she's doing it too. And you think I'm so, and you might think it's so smart. I saw you. Yes, that's right. Gary, Howard, and Linda and Marcia working in the morning shift at a time like this when I come in about 10 or 10:30, 30ish, where it is. Well, here's the thing. This is why I did take a look at it. I know this is ground level. I've seen all that one with vending machines. It's the same thing as first level, and so it's the second level. That means gold clinic. What about the bronze clinic upstairs, second floor? And and I know Jetta. Yeah, where's my lunch? Yeah, whatever. And so it's Gabe and Sig, and you know what I'm talking about. This is it's gonna be the subject about all these things that really happened inside the ACC building, and I bet they have walk-in clicks. All summer and fall long about COVID and flu shots during the season. And after this is over with, it's done. You know what I'm saying? It's done. So this is why I'm doing all these things in a mode at a time like this. So why it happens. So trust me, it always makes sense about these things, about the ACC building and all that stuff. And if you've seen this information desk, it's gonna be huge. Instead of this one, well, I put my stuff in the small desk. So I switch it. Yes, that's why I got my old chair, and I have no clue. While Dave is eating cheeseburgers with mustard at the time of this, well, I have no clue. So February 2026 is a thing of the past, and you know it happens all the time for this one. So trust me, if you know what I'm saying, or anything else, or maybe it's just or anything else, and or maybe it just no. So February 20, 2026, it's gonna be Doctor Inside Their Eyes. Trust me. You're listening to my Everyday Agenda New Year's podcast special, the year in 2023, from Angel Song Productions. Okay, so you guessed it, in March of 2023. Here's your worst nightmare ever. Have you been in a Shrove Tuesday pancake thing at St. Martin of Tours Episcopal Church in South Omaha? Wow. There could be a huge pancakes, could be a Mardi Gras style. I know it's Ash Wednesday in the year 2023 in March. And what about the, and this is what happens if you already know about eating pancakes. Trust me about that as well. Now, here's my observation for you. This is what happens. You don't want to try this at home for, Jesus Revolution movie trailer. Wow. I will see that, yeah, DVD or streaming or wherever it happens. This is going to be outrageous in March of 2023. It's going to be Soul Food Sunday. And why is that it really means about this one? So who knows? About about eating, yeah, Soul Food Sunday during Black History Month. Well, you have any ideas about this one? So trust me about this one. So here are the highlights of what I did in March of 2023. And now you know can be civilized about this one. So who knows? Can be civilized about 2023. And you have any ideas? Well, listen to this. So here's my observation in the year 2023, back in March. Just remember I just said this all before about you know who. That's right. That's that's right. It's gotta be a Shrove Tuesday, pancake style, and back in March. And you know what I'm talking about Saint Martin of Tours, and and this looks like a Episcopal church is a small little church that I usually go inside and all that. And wow, this is gonna be huge. And Chambers, you see this every single day about this. And 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 by the way, it's all good. Well, I guess. Trust me about this one. But you don't have to try this at home as far as we're concerned. So, everything else about all these things about you just have to remember that as well. So this is what I'm gonna say about this because pancakes is a lot of Mardi Gras style. Yeah, New Orleans. Well, who knows? Give some less. But Shrove Tuesday pancake, Mardi Gras style at St. Martin Tours Episcopal Church out in South Omaha. It was a wonderful experience. So I don't know if I can do this again or not. So it's gonna be fun. Soul Food Sunday during Black History Month. And why? Because it's outrageous. So we have Soul Food Sunday at my church, Resurrection. And I have no clue whatsoever because back in March of 2023, it had really makes sense about this. And believe me, I tell you, it is going to be a heck of a lots of all that stuff. So trust me about it as far as we're concerned. Don't we all know that as well? Well, I guess you have no clue whatsoever. So about this one. So do this again during 2024 for Soul Food Sunday. And what about Jesus Revolution? I saw this trailer, and it really makes sense about all the disciples and all that stuff. Could be Jesus Revolution. Kelsey Grammer just, oh boy, does a wonderful job doing this. And I meant to tell you it's gonna be cool. And and what about OSC Unity concert? Yeah, Marcus Garrett, new OSC director back in March, and I think, yeah, just left. Well, who knows? Keep still eyes. At First United Methodist Church, it's gonna be fabulous. Now, the Oscars, yeah, I don't care who won this movie or anything else because they're, like I said, they're going on strike in the year 2023. Just remember that as well. The writers and all that stuff and doesn't even click in. But this is probably makes sense about this. St. Patrick's Day has a history on it because, well, what about the leprechaun? Yeah, that's right. The leprechaun wants a pot of gold for St. Patty's Day. And they're having so much fun with beer, corned beef and corned beef and cabbage and all that stuff. Well, that's all. Uh, what I'm saying. Anyways, what about you? Yes, that's right. Like I said, you know, back in back in the day, Shape Notes singing and dinner with Jim and Kathy's house that I supposed to be to, New Year's thing, where it is. Probably just missed it, where it is. But Black History Month, oh boy, it's uh, it's a very important thing to remember this because all Black history knows about it. So in 2024, do this again. Well, that's all I can say. So okay. So here's my observation for you. OSC has a gala organization meeting at Panera Bread. I was there. So is Sue and Jonathan and rest of OSC members has a huge meeting about gala organization thing. So try to organize about this one. Now, what about joint choir rehearsal at Resurrection of the Trinity Lutheran Church about this Palm Sunday cantata thing? And I have no objection whatsoever. So who knows? Nathan, he's a new choir director at Trinity Lutheran Church, and he's a nice guy, and I'm very fond of it. So is this. So is Trinity Lutheran members joins me, and so is Dodie, and so is Jeannie, and so is Michelle, and the rest of my Resurrection singers. They're having a rehearsal about this one. So trust me about that as far as we're concerned. And here's my observation for you. So who knows can be civilized about open house party at Do Space at 72nd and Dodge because they knocked down the park and they switch it over to this new facility, which I'll explain a little bit later as well. But needless to say about this, could be a huge primer factor about Do Space. Okay, OTalk fundraising celebration. This is what I went to that Omaha Designing Center at across from hot shops and all, and I bet they have a donation and all that stuff. Thanks to Denise, gave me that ticket that OTalk fundraising celebration. And I bet it was going to do this again in 2024 at a new facility about this fundraising celebration about, all that stuff. People can bid and people, whatever it is that you ought to know by now. And but this is going to be interesting for that kind of reason. But who would have thought in March 2023 that I went to or anything else to be civilized about this one? So about OTalk thing fundraising. Well, people can bid. Well, who knows? Can be civilized about this one. But OSC Gala organization meeting is a very important thing. So try to stick to this. So trust me, you know what I'm saying about that. Or anything in between things. So in March 2023, there's a thing in the past about, you guess, that Shrove Tuesday, just for Ash Wednesday in March of 2023, could be eating pancakes at a time like this. Whatever. But what about Soul Food Sunday and OSC Unity concert thing? And so is guess the Panera Bread for this OSC gala thing. But St. Patrick's Day history in history about it's just like a pot of gold as far as we're concerned and all that stuff. And what about the Oscars? Well, I hope Barbie can win this Oscar award back into the in 2024. You know what I'm saying? And the open house party and old talk celebration. That's the thing of the past. But March of 2023, this could be very important. Well, who knows? You never know until it tries. Now, you're listening to my Everyday Agenda podcast in the year of 2023. Well, as you know, what I'm saying, from Angel Song Productions. Okay, April is just a thing of the past in the year 2023 in April. Well, has a mind of his own. April in the year April 2023 could be the thing that Palm Sunday has something to do with it. About waving palm branches while we're outside singing uh "Oh Glory, Laud, and Honor," and it goes all the way up to you guess the Good Monday, Thursday, Good Friday, and now that's Easter Sunday at Resurrection. That could be a huge thing, is it? So trust me, if you know what I'm saying if you know what I'm talking about it, because everything else can be celeste. This is why I sing it at my church, and so is a guest at a Good Memorial for this Good Friday service. And what about Radio Lutheran? Yes, I did, and now I'm going to do this again. If you know what I'm talking about in the year 2024, because April in the year 2023 is something to do with it. You have no clue whatsoever about this one. So trust me. Now, now you know what that means. April in the year 2023, because after Easter Sunday at Resurrection is almost over with, you know what I'm saying. It's gotta be, you guessed it, Amy and Simeon's wedding day at Trinity Episcopal Church. And I meant to tell you this. I'm the soloist, helping Jeannie out, accompanying, playing the piano and all that. So that means the wedding of Amy and Simeon. You know I'm talking about at Trinity Episcopal Church. We have a wonderful time. Have a reception. You guessed it, a wedding reception, all that stuff, and all that. Oh boy, it will knock your if you knock your socks off, and I cannot believe my eyes and ears, and I'm smarter out of that because Reverend Tony and so is Amy and the rest of my resurrection people are there. So is the family and friends. Yeah, Amy and Simeon's wedding thing, and perfect. It's what wow, wonderful. So trust me, you know what I'm saying. But what about my doctor's appointment at UNMC's Midtown Clinic? This is why I'm going back. Yeah, January 9th, 2024. So he'll cover all that as well, as far as we're concerned. And finally, you don't want to know about this. About this, you might think think is so smart about saying goodbye to Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson is, yes, he's one of these conservative guys I ever known in my entire life. That's why he just got fired from Fox. Now he's streaming on Twitter X, and it's all good. Tucker Carlson is all good. But what about Don Lemon? Oh, he always says about feminism and all that. Because all Don Lemon's fault. And he's going to do this again. I have no clue whatsoever about Don Lemon. He always said these things. Because April is, well, you guessed it, from Palm Sunday. You've been crucified on a cross. Civilized. And one time, Jesus just rose again from the dead. And you have any ideas about this? So, about this one, so can be civilized. About April in the year 2023, it's just a thing in the past. About Amy and Simeon's wedding day at Trinity Episcopal Church. And I'm going to tell you it's going to be cool. But what about Palm Sunday to Easter Sunday? Well, it's going to be good. Don Lemon, well, whatever. Tucker Carlson, yes, good. Because April in 2023 is just a thing of past, and because everybody lives from now on. You're listening to my Everyday Agenda podcast, the year in 2023, from Angel Song Productions. Okay, so you might think it's so smart in April in the year 2023, but in May, well, I have no objection whatsoever, so who knows about that as well. Could be the, volunteer luncheon awards in Bellevue University. Well, you have any ideas? Well, who knows? Could be civilized about this point. Trust me. And this could be outrageous. When I this is what I found out back in a little flashback in May 2023. This is why I overslept. And my dad said, "Wake up!" And he said, "Oh, you're on your own." Oh gosh, I said, "Sorry, Dad. I tried to overslept." And then what? Oh my God, I gotta get to go to this voluntary appreciation luncheon awards at Bellevue University. I have no clue, so I gotta catch the bus and headed down to Veterans Hospital, old hospital, and says, "Oh God, I missed it, and in no time at all." Wow, this is why I find out what it is. Chuck, yes, Chuck will. I talked to Chuck. Says, "Would you mind take me over this Bellevue University because I missed the voluntary appreciation luncheon awards. I just missed it. It started. Yeah, I know. So that means that, thanks to Sarah, one of the ladies who work downstairs at the voluntary service at VA hospital. The basement thing, and this is what happens. This is what happens. You might think it's so smart about this one. So trust me about this, as far as we're concerned, about You know, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stuff at Bellevue University. And I have, this is what happens. And look what happens. I have no objection whatsoever about, I'm being on time. And then, and I've got inside Bellevue University. Thank you, Chuck, for dropping, dropping off. Yeah, dropping me off about, and I'm rushing to the, and I'm always rushing through, you guessed it, to this room. And, Cynthia, Heather, and newcomer Jonathan, and the rest of my volunteers, including Mike and Tommy, and of course, Dave and Roxy. And sitting on round table says, wait, I know. I have no clue whatsoever. And would you consider, I know that Dave. And this is why. Won the award for, you guessed it, putting all the hours that I put up with. And so is Dave has an award. He has a what? A bowl? I cannot believe my eyes and ears. Why? So that's why. What happens? Now, Omaha Symphony Chorus has a final performance for the season finale, and Marcus Garrett just, stepping down, saying goodbye, and save the best for last. Yeah, university, no, First United Methodist Church. And I'm going to tell you this: it'll grow hair on you. You know what I'm talking about. So who knows? Good luck finding a new job and all that stuff. Now, here's my observation: Valentine's Day, or as I say, Mother's Day, could be the thing of the past, and it happens all the time. About mothers have their flowers and all that stuff. So who knows? And why? Because it has to happen. Trust me. And Billy Hollowell from Facebook, but has a huge interview on his Facebook page, and I meant to tell you this. It happens. So could be civilized about this one. I said, what about in May? Yeah, that's right. May 2023, Ascension Day. That'll be Ascension Day, at Trinity Episcopal Cathedral, and it's gonna be wonderful. So I'm singing with, you guessed it, Barb and Alex, the rest of Coach Memorial Lutheran Church Choir, and so is Trinity Cathedral Choir in downtown Omaha. And it went wonderful. Trust me, it went wonderful. You know what I'm saying? Oh, by the way, I know Jeff. Yeah, I know. Jeff, yeah, he's still here. You know what I'm saying? Graduation day is just a thing of the past in May 2023. And now you know it happens. But what about Due Space is moving to this facility? Yeah, I know. Like I said, I'll explain this in May 2023. Because it's always makes sense about this one. So trust me about this as far as we're concerned. So have any ideas? Or whatever ever happens. Or maybe. So in May 2023, it's going to be wonderful for this Ascension Day at Trinity Episcopal Cathedral Church. And what about Due Space is moving? Yeah, we just heard that all before. Yeah, anyone's getting civilized. What about Volunteer Appreciation Luncheon Awards at Bellevue University in Bellevue, Nebraska? Well, it's going to be outrageous. And Mother's Day has a history, sending flowers and candy, and enjoy spending time with mom. And Marcus Garrett stepping down for OSC season finale performance at First United Methodist Church. Study cast. Well, facilities, whatever it is. You don't want to try this at home in May 2023. Anyways, you're listening to, you guessed it, you know who. That's right. That's right. You know what I'm saying. Everyday Agenda podcast from Angel Song Productions for this year 2023. You know what I'm saying. Anyways, here it is. The next one. So you might think it's so smart in September. And why? Because space connects to people where it is. So you might think it's so smart about in September 2023 about yes, artist reception, about you know artist cooperative gallery inside the old markets. And you have any ideas about this one? And now you know it happens. So you might think it's so smart about this one. But anyways, this is this is gotta be happening for this one. So who knows? Could be civilized about this one. But it happens all the time. What happened to this all the summer that I just did, and artist cooperative gallery in September. So it happens all the time. So who knows? But by the time that you guessed it, have are too many. You have too many. Artists inside this artist cooperative gallery inside the old market, and I'm and I meant to tell you this. It makes a lot of sense about this one. So trust me about this one. And of course, you know, history of Labor Day weekend in 2023. Yeah, in September. So who knows? Can be realized. Now, this is what happens. The Labor Day picnic at the Elkies. Just remember this first season that we did, yeah, in 2022. But in the year 2023, well, it went wonderful. Trust me. And what about some Bible study and dinner over at Trinity Lutheran and COR? Has a different perspective about this one. But COR block party, oh my gosh, it was wonderful. So trust me about this, as far as we're concerned about that as well. And the thing about this, for this outdoor worship and lunch at Miller Park, this is going to be outrageous. Trust me. We have a wonderful time worshiping and eating and all that stuff. So, well, whatever. Now, you just have to remember 9/11, 22 years ago. And now everybody knows. It can be civilized about this one. So, who knows about this one? Make sense? Yeah. Wednesday night rehearsal time is a thing of the past. about, yeah, resurrection. And it meant to say it's going to be cool. But what about the Benedictine Way? Yeah, have their fifth anniversary celebration at Trinity Cathedral in downtown Omaha. Gage is one of them, and so is you guessed it. Uh, yes, Father James Dowd is one of them, and the rest of it. Yeah, well, just one wonderful time. And what about this food and fellowship thing? And I have no clue whatsoever. It happens at resurrection, and it really makes sense about this one. And this is why I explained this at a podcast studio that I'm inside this, and you have no objection whatsoever, or what happens. So now and then, in this year September, uh, or anyone civilized about this one, in September 2023, could be a simple to remember. You're listening to the Year in Review. Yeah, that means year in 2023, an everyday agenda New Year's podcast special from Angel Sun Productions. Life could be an old fashioned thing in October of 2023. Well, here's a simple answer you ought to know by now. Trust me. Okay. In October 2023, so it has something to do with this and all that stuff to understand this as far as we're concerned. Trust me. And you think it's so smart about this one? It happens. Could be an old fashioned church picnic at Cooks Memorial Lutheran Church as a new pastor coming out. Well, that's all I can say. Who knows about all the fixings and all that goodies and all that, and would play bingo as I'm falling asleep. Oh God, don't do this. Well, you have any ideas? Trust me about this new pastor, and I'm talking about Cooks Memorial. What about this walk-in flu shot clinics at the VA? That's why I got my flu shot and my COVID shots. And whatever happens, if I got sick, I'm like, oh my God, I got it. Well, I'm not gonna be sick wherever it is. Trust me. You know what I'm saying. What about this Bible study and dinner finale at Trinity Lutheran Church? And And it was a wonderful experience and all that stuff. And you know what I'm talking about. You just had to trust me as far as we concerned. You know what I'm saying? All right. So that means celebrating the Psalms at Trinity Lutheran is wonderful. Reverend Tony does a wonderful song, and all the others, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. What about St. Francis of Assisi Peacemaking service at Trinity Episcopal Cathedral in downtown Omaha? And in no time at all, you have to make an instrument of your peaceful world that we live in. Oh, by the way, you guess that you know what I'm saying about that. Hmm. Columbus Day, and then there's just people's days. And you know, about Columbus sails the sea and you know who. And what about all the indigenous? I'm not going to spell that, whatever it is. People's Day. You know what I'm saying? What about OSC dress rehearsal and concert? Yeah, for the fall at First United Methodist Church. And oh boy, it was a blast. So I did Parting Glass with Kristen and this new guy. And joining together for this rehearsal, dress rehearsal and performance. It went wonderful. Wonderful, and you have no idea whatsoever about Dr. Robertson is the guest conducting this. Trust me about this, as far as we're concerned. So, in no time at all. And Pastor Lucy has an installation and potluck at Cook's Memorial. And meant to tell you this, you know what I'm saying, you know, kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying. And what about the history of Halloween comes down to this? Well, you have any ideas? Wherever it is. And just the old fashioned thing, you know what I'm saying. And you know what I'm talking about. And now you know it happens. That's all I can say. You have any ideas for October 2023? You know what I'm saying. Trust me. You're listening to the year in 2023 and Everyday Agenda New Year's podcast special from Angel Song Productions. You might think you're so smart about in November of 2023. Well, here's your final answer now. Okay, so this is what happens in November of 2023. Here's why. This is going to be the worst thing that happens for now. Trust me. So this is going to be absolute, yeah, very important because because part of this Due Space eighth anniversary thing, and I'm sure about this one. You might think it's so smart about this because half of this is the library, and the other one is yes. Half of it is yes, due space. It happens all the time. So this is why I got into this podcast studio, and I just saw this, and I cannot believe my eyes and ears, and it makes a lot of sense about this one. So it happens all the time. So how many years? 7 years. Now this is the eighth season that we just living with it, and you don't want to know about this one, so trust me. So this is why Veterans Day, a little bit of history of Veterans Day, and daylight savings time, changing the clock, and all that stuff. They do sometimes in November. And what about the history of Thanksgiving? But Veterans Day luncheon with my dad, and so is my friend Ray Bass, who works at the VA hospital. Have a huge luncheon at Applebee's in Bellevue, Nebraska. And I tell you one thing is, it's it's going to be wonderful. Wow, I have no agenda, yes, whatsoever. So trust me about this, as far as we're concerned about that as well. So who knows? Can be civilized about glory days and all that stuff in November. Well, I'm saying, and in November of 2023. But at time slips away about this one. So in November 23, well, you can miss the glory days about this. All right, you're listening to my Everyday Agenda podcast. You know what I mean. It's the year in 2023 from Angel Song Productions. And last but certainly not the least, here's a thing for Christmas in December. Yeah, this month. And certainly last but certainly not the least, here it is. Okay, so here's my observation with December. Yeah, this month in 2023 until it's over with. I will say this very quickly. You might think you're so smart about this one, but it really makes sense about the holiday season about this one. And this is what happens that I just go through this, saying. So that's why we got, yeah, you know, OSC, Christmas at the Cathedral with guest conductor Baron Breland. It went wonderful for this dress rehearsal and all that at St. Cecilia's Cathedral. Is went perfect for now. And what about Celebration Life Choir? Had their 50th anniversary of Christmas Changes Everything. Well, we did rehearsals at Our Savior's Lutheran Church from September to, yeah, November in the year 2023. Thanks to Jan, and so is Denise and the rest of my Celebration Life Choir who does this, I'm talking about. And we're performing all these churches, 6 churches over in Council Bluffs. So that's why. Wednesday night choir time at Coots Memorial, and so is my church, Resurrection at 30th and Belvedere. It's wonderful. Trust me. But what about Christmas at the Durham Museum with OSC? Oh, wow. Went perfect. And what about Candlelight Carol service, church service at Coots Memorial? Wow, that was wonderful. Thanks to Barb and Janet and the rest of my friends at Coots Memorial. Does this. And Christmas sing along with my friends at Resurrection, my Resurrection singers. Yeah, Jeannie, Nola, rest of my friends. And it went wonderful. But what about Christmas Eve services at Resurrection at 30th and Belvedere? We did Oh Holy Night with me and with myself, and so it's Nola and Jeannie. It went wonderful. And what about Coots Memorial has their Christmas Eve services? This could be awesome. And you can't take out of it, as far as we're concerned. You don't have to take no for reasons about this one, so, or anyone else can be civilized. So December, yeah, this month in 2023 for Christmas time. And we do this again? Well, you don't want to know about this one, trust me. You're listening to The Year in 2023, an Everyday Agenda podcast for the New Year's from Angel Song Productions. I'm going to wrap this up as far as we're concerned. So I know that the library is going to be closing. Well, whatever. But another 35 minutes. But I know. So this is what happens if you want to do my Everyday Agenda podcast. You could, but you just have to listen to my Everyday Agenda podcast from Podbean that I'll be posting on it. But when this Podbean is over with, I'll switch it to another Podbean, podcast subscription, whatever it is, and make it a little bit easier on this one. So you just have to trust me about this as far as we're concerned. And you want to stream, if you want to see me on YouTube, as I did my Everyday Agenda and all that stuff, go to youtube.com and click on my YouTube page and see me in action from my final time factor closing thoughts. And all the way up to, yes, my Everyday Agenda podcast. So it's going to be good wherever it is. Trust me. I know what I'm saying. Or you download that podcast streaming and all that stuff from, you guessed it, iHeart Radio all the way up to Google Play. And you see me on the web at Everyday Agenda with lhmusic.podbean.com, or you have to Facebook me or find me on my Twitter X page and all that stuff. So trust me about this. Just try to let all of you know about that as well. But I'm going to leave you with this final thought. So you might think it's so smart in the year 2023. I know all the news about Israel and Hamas and all that stuff in 2023 is finally here. It's almost over with. But for me, have no clue whatsoever than what I did working at the AC Veterans Hospital. Or you might think you're so smart about, you guessed it, 12 Tuesday Pancake Mardi Gras style at St. Martin's of, yeah, Episcopal Church over in South Omaha. But what about, you guessed it, Soul Food Sunday at Resurrection? Or, or you want to see the Oscars? Or maybe it's just, you know who that's like. You know what I'm saying? Or anyone else. Celeste. St. Patrick's Day is a time of, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But what about open house party or anyone else 8th anniversary open house at Two Space? It's right close to that library thing over in 90th Street. Or should we say OTAC fundraising celebration inside Omaha Designing Center at their new space? But what about, you guessed it, saying goodbye to Don Lemon or Tucker Carlson or voluntary luncheon awards at Bellevue University that I just won? Or you think you're so smart about Artist Creative Gallery in Old Market and others. And it just goes on and on in 2023. But now we have to say goodbye for now. It happens all the time. And say hello to the year 2024. It really, it really makes sense about this one. Trust me about that. Now you know about 2024. Let's relive those whole years. And I got brand new episodes of my Everyday Agenda podcast coming in January 2024. You know, January 27th, year 2024. So, anyone else to be civilized? Thanks to my staff, thanks to my friends at Resurrection and all kinds of stuff, and all around Omaha, Nebraska, and all that stuff. And most of all, thanks to YouTube for doing this for this Everyday Agenda. I applaud to you. And so is Podbean as far as we're concerned. Right now, it's time for me to go and say goodbye in the year 2023. Just remember, you might think you're so smart about my Everyday Agenda, what I've been up to, and you have no clue whatsoever. So, from all of us here at Everyday Agenda, have a wonderful New Year's resolution, and we'll see you in the year 2024. And I'm signing off from my Everyday Agenda podcast. And go with God's blessings. See you in the year 2024, January 27th. Bye for now. Everyday Agenda podcast is a presentation of Angel Song Productions. All right, that's about it for now. We're almost out of time. And I went over time, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, I got to get out of here and I'm out the door. But I'll see you in January 2024 for another edition of Everyday Agenda video podcast from YouTube. So I got to go. And LH Music's about to sign off. Go with God's blessings. We salute all of you, America, out there. And have a happy and wondrous New Year's season in year 2024. Goodbye, 2023. Say hello to 2024. I'm out. Bye-bye.